Well, we've done it. Just coming up sort of middle of September, and we've just had our first season campsite owners. So it's gone very well. Couldn't really want it to go much better. A lot of happy campers, 30 odd 5-star reviews, and we started off slow. So we just had the yurt to start with, and then had that for a few weeks, and then got the Lotus Bell going, and so we just gradually opened it up, and it was definitely the right thing to do. And a few little tweaks maybe next year, but other than that, it's gone very well. Had to put up some signs. Didn't want to put any signs up, but people are, well, they always say it, don't they? But people just do stupid things. And we had someone we got a log burner in the yurt. Someone put something in there they shouldn't have done, and then tried to put it out with water and said, "Oh, it must have been rain coming down the chimney." It's never happened again. So they did something in there, and we've not had any issues in here. Lotus Bell, that's all worked well, and the fire pits have all worked well. Now this is all grown. If you remember from before, this is just mud, and wild seeds all taken, and it's all hidden away quite nicely. You can hardly see the big hole that's underneath there. The showers all worked well. Main thing with the showers was to try and get people not to use them too much. But oh, here, look, lovely. But yeah, they've worked really well. Everyone's absolutely loved them. I mean, well, it's not right, except some Herbert decides to force the temperature gauge thing right round to hot and jams it on. So I had to take that off. So that'll have to be changed next year for something else. I haven't had any problems with this one. This is the outdoor shower. Now this has been a big hit, really big hit, and even with shall we say young couples enjoying the outdoors. And so the water treatment plant seems to be working. The solar's not quite enough solar to keep it running, so I've got a generator running as well on cloudy days. It will work 24 hours on a sunny day, but so that needs a bit of tweaking. And also trying to get, it's obvious you've got mowed paths everywhere, right? So people can, walk around, but then they go traipsing across the grass. So more signs. As you can see, there's another sign there, but I've kept the signs to a minimum. We planted all this at the beginning of this year, and crab apple trees. Look at that. And these hedgerows with blackthorns and everything. Older trees. They've been planted since February. Look at them. And they were tiny little whips. They've really taken well. That all came from what it's called now. So that goes all the way along there. Fantastic. So the council said in their wisdom, I remember, that this is the flood zone, so we're not allowed to camp down here. But it's worked really well. So we've made it into a play area, which I'll actually make bigger next year. And it's been great because the kids can come down here, play with their footballs, play badminton, volleyball, whatever, on there, play in the stream, have an explore, and just really enjoy themselves, and they're not bothering anybody camping up the top. So it's a great idea. It's really worked well. Only problem is kids being kids. This is the second volleyball net or badminton net. The first one, someone decided to try and make it into a football net and snapped the poles. And people, you tell people keep the dogs on the leads, and they obviously don't, because the footballs here, which are for the kids, have got dog teeth marks in them. So obviously the dogs have been chasing them and what have you. And you see people, when you come onto a site, they suddenly grab hold of their dog and put it on the lead. Why they just don't keep them on the lead? and they'll run off. The dog will run off into the long grass, and it will have a poo. We find them dotted around, and it's just annoying, you know. The thing that is annoying is, and I'm sorry it's not the first person to say it, you should ask people to do certain things and they just totally don't do it. Is it too much to ask? But anyway, it's what it is. People move stuff. Like, for example, the phone charger in the toilets is a better one than the one in the Lotus Bell. People took the one out of the toilet and kept it in their own Lotus Bell. So they now have to write on there, do not remove. It's just, you know, people put, and the other problem is fire pits. And people, you know, you say, can you put the fire pit on that spot there where it's burnt? And then they go and stick it somewhere else. So you get another burnt hole in the grass. So that's something I've got to, excuse me, that's something I've got to, maybe we've got to find a permanent spot for the fire pits. But I mean, people have absolutely loved them, and you know, the logs, we get through, I don't know, a couple of tons of logs a week, and so people have really loved it. So all in all, pretty good. We've got to change some of the booking system, because we put camper vans or tents, and people with tents were booking camper van slots. We say with camper vans, not motorhomes. We had a motorhome turn up, which didn't really work very well. So that proved that was the case. You could hardly get through the gate. But I think, really, all in all, first year done, pretty good. We were too cheap, which we thought we were. We didn't know how it was going to work. So we were too cheap, so that will change next year. And the bell tent there, which has just got air beds in, that's been really popular. And in fact, the Lotus Bell and the Yurt, all of them, they've all been pretty much booked out. So we started at the beginning of June, and then we'll be ending on the 18th of September. And then to take it all down and let it go back to the way nature intended. We've even got one apple. We've even got one apple on the apple tree. So one piece of fruit. One piece of fruit. Anyway, people have said it's got, even though we've got the main road, they say it's got a nice peaceful feel about it. Children have loved running around, even if they do run on the long grass. I tell them not to run on the long grass. And hopefully the next year the fruit trees will do more. Hang on, let's have a look, let's get the evidence. This is a lesson learned. Lovely couple, they were here for 2 weeks, and that was right, when was that? July. It's only just recovering. We should have asked them to move it after a week, but they stayed put for 2 weeks. So that's a lesson learned, really, because normally they recover quite quick. You see that? There's the apple, nearly ready. It's the only bit of fruit we got. A lot of cyclists, which is really great. They're really good, interesting to have. So we're going to make a specific little cycle pitch, because when you've got like a single cyclist on one of these big pitches, it's a bit looks too much. So we're going to make a little, probably behind this bank here, a little pitch just for cyclists. We'll have a bench or something on it as well. And down the bottom we're going to make a shelter for cyclists, so they've got somewhere, if it's raining or whatever, where they can sit and cook. They only usually have little tiny tents. They don't even have chairs, so you feel quite guilty and give them a chair. This is what I'm saying about, look, with the burn holes. These people here were lovely, and but then we've got another burn hole over there now. So this is the worst one, actually. That's a camper van pitch. There you go, look. That's worked really well. So I've got to take it all down over the next few weeks. I'm back fitting bathrooms. I'll be back here. We'll set it all up again for end of May. Right, that's the end of our first season. It's been hard work. It's quite relentless. You're here 7 days a week. I say hard work. I mean, it's hard work for Dinah because she's taking care of sorting out all the linen and everything like that in the Lotus Belle. 2 is plenty for us to deal with. The changeovers and everything, you wouldn't want any more than that. It would just be too much, really. Don't want to work too hard. And I had to put a lock on the rubbish bin because you ask people to put the rubbish over there, sorted out, but they don't. They just lob it in here. So then I've got to clean out the bin because it's got all muck and everything in it. So you try, but most people we've had have been really good. We've had no disasters, we've had no major issues with anything. So we've been really blessed and it's all worked out really, really well. So it's still interesting to see what it looks like next year with a few changes we want to make. All right, that's it. No more to be said. All right. See you then. Bye.